Welcome to my first official non-vlog, non-concert video, non-drama vlog YouTube video. Ignore the damp patch, by the way. It's water from my hair. I had a hair wash. I'm clean. I wanted to come onto this video and actually introduce myself. So who I am, kind of my background, what I do for fun. I also have some questions from TikTok from people who follow me, and I'm also going to answer some of those in that video as well. First of all, my name is Issy. I am an actor from the UK. I'm turning 23 just in a couple of weeks. 20th of September, put it in your diaries, put it in your calendars. Let's get into acting. I have been acting since I was around 6 or 7, took little dance classes when I was younger, was always part of drama groups, did summer schemes of shows, and I have trained at Astor Screen Arts Academy, Young Actors Theatre Islington, and I have trained at LMA London. If I were to pick a favourite, Young Actors Islington, you've got my vote. They put on a full-scale production. I did The Sweet Science of Bruising, definitely one of the favourite plays I've ever done in my life. But in LMA London, which is where I actually got my degree, I got a first, so well done me, pat on the back. There we did a play called Coram Boy where I played one of the lead girls, Melissa, so that was very fun. Finished uni in May, graduation was in July. Now I'm just unemployed and looking for acting work. A bit more about me, I am a concert girly. I love a good concert, I love a mosh pit, any type of music. I will be there. I'm actually going to see Irish dancing very soon. Thank you to my grandparents for the ticket. Some of the concerts I have been to are Niall Horan, Harry Styles, Louis Tomlinson, Zayn Malik, not Liam, R.I.P. Liam. We have seen Shawn Mendes, Yungblud, Tom O'Dowd, 21 Pilots, Panic at the Disco. We've seen Ray. We've seen... who else have we seen? We've seen Pierce the Veil. We've seen Attila. We've seen Kenny Hoopla. We've seen Hugh Jackman. We've seen Hugh Jackman. Anyway, so I do have a few concert vlogs down below on my TikTok page. Currently have no upcoming concerts, which I'm very sad about. However, I am planning on going to some at the O2 Arena as soon as I can. As I said, we're also taking questions from people who follow me on TikTok. So one of the questions from Joseph on TikTok is, what was my best concert, my favourite concert? And this is a really, really difficult question for me to answer, because I could say Harry Styles because he is my all-time favourite, and seeing him for the first time live, nothing can match that feeling. But I could also say Tom O'Dowd because the arena was silent when he was singing his songs. I've never been to a concert that is so quiet in my life, purely to hear the person that is singing, to appreciate their voice and everything about it, because his songs, yes, they can be quite sad. They mean a lot to a lot of different people. So I think that's why it was so silent, and you could hear a pin drop. It was beautiful. So maybe also that concert because of the whole other kind of vibe it gave. But then also Pierce the Veil, that was great, because of the mosh pits. That was just unreal. But also, you'll get to know me, you'll know that I'm very indecisive. I'm very bad with my decision making. Moving on. Another thing that I'm very much into is traveling at the moment. I recently did a solo travel to Italy and France. Didn't do the whole of Italy, didn't do the whole of France, but it was my first ever solo travel, 3.5 weeks abroad, all by myself. So I went to places like Rome, Florence, Pisa, where all of my social media was hacked. I'm not very happy about that. I still haven't got proper access to my Facebook, but we have all of my other social media back right now. But they got into Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Uber, my email, my old Twitter account, and probably other accounts which I no longer even know I've been hacked. So that wasn't too fun when I was in Pisa. I did 3.5 weeks there, and I would honestly say my favourite place was in Nice. Nice because it was just a very different feeling to Italy. I feel like Italy, there's so many people everywhere all the time. There's so much going on. You're always so worried about pickpockets, and the heat there, don't even get me started on the heat there. However, in Rome, I did meet a group of such lovely people. We all went to the beach one day together, had some nights spent together, drinks together. It was honestly so nice meeting people from all over the world. I've met some Australians, I've met Canadians, I've met some people from Belgium. They're just from everywhere and I love it. I love meeting new people from everywhere. The next places on the travel bucket list are Paris, didn't go there, Amsterdam, Belgium, all just kind of around that area I really want to do. But I also want to do something called Camp Thailand. I've seen lots of stuff about it online. Also want to do Camp America, but I have to think of the right time in my life to do that because it's a big commitment. You can't really take time off work to go to Camp America. And currently I am unemployed, so right now would be the best time to really do it before I get settled down into a job. Also, I would really love to do Australia, but I just don't know the right time to do that because I feel like if you go to Australia, you really have to go to Australia. You have to be there for a good couple of months. I've known people who have been there for a year to 2 years to 3 years. They absolutely love it. So that is definitely on my list. Whether that one happens or not, who knows? I do have a bit of a fun story time though. I actually also went to Cyprus this summer with my friend Holly. Shout out Holly, love Holly. That was before I did all of my solo travels. We were walking to get some food, about half an hour walk because we were walking to the old town in Cyprus. That's where we were. We were in Pathos, Cyprus, walking to the old town, and I walked into a tree. But you know what? It's not my fault. It's not my fault because I'm walking here, the tree starts here and goes like this at forehead height. I will insert a picture of it right here. I feel like I should have taken legal action against Pathos because I'm sure that has happened to other people. I would love to know if anyone in the world has walked in to that tree. I cut my nose a bit, I think I cut my forehead a bit, and I chipped a tooth. Only a tiny amount, but I had my solo travel a week after being back. Walked into the tree on my last night in Cyprus. A week later, I fly out to Naples. So I went to the dentist and they kind of sorted it out. They didn't need to replace anything. I think they just made it all even because you couldn't see the chip, but you could feel it. But it was a little sharp. Another question from someone on TikTok, her name is Demi, has asked if I have any pre-show rituals. Yes, I do. It's from Grey's Anatomy, guys. You stand like this as Superman. You stand like this for 1 minute and you should start feeling more confident. And I'm already feeling it right now. I'm very confident at the moment, being like this. Or I do push-ups or hold a plank backstage. I did that when we had our agency showcase at my university. I went behind the curtain when there were two people still performing before me. And I went and I held a plank. That was something that I did. Do I have any others? I've seen people do shadow boxing and just loads of push-ups. That was mostly at the Young Actors Theatre. I think that's where I got the idea of holding a plank, but then their Superman is just from Grey's Anatomy. So that is my pre-show ritual that I usually do. And then we also have, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. Funky chicken, if anyone. You'll know that if you've done musical theatre or acting. Layla from TikTok has also asked, why did I start acting? And you know what? I have a good answer for this one. I wrote down the answer for this question because I've been telling myself when people ask questions like this, or what do you do for fun, or if you could be a colour, what colour would you be? Or your hidden talent, you need to know the answer to these questions straight away. So I was really trying to think, why did I start acting? And let me just find it. Here we are. Okay. Why did I start acting? Why did Issy start acting? By the way, my name is pronounced Issy, not Izzy. Issy. Why did I start acting? I got put into acting when I was younger at summer camps, and I was part of many performing arts clubs for fun. Eventually, it became something I didn't do just for fun. It became my life and what I wanted to do for the rest of my life, career-wise. I remember being told by a teacher in college that I actually had a shot at this acting life, and that has stuck with me ever since. So now, it's my whole life and hopefully the rest of it. Aww. I think that's a pretty good answer. Tell me that's a pretty good answer. I need to memorise that for when I get asked that by agencies or just anybody. I'm going to learn that as a script tonight. That's tonight's challenge. Learn that off by heart. We also have a question from Lucia, which is, do I like broccoli or macaroni cheese more? This is a very hard decision. Macaroni cheese. I love macaroni cheese. However, at Pret's, the cafe, I think they put broccoli in their macaroni cheese, which is crazy, but I had it once and I really liked it. It was really good. So we love roasted broccoli over boiled broccoli, but we love a crispy macaroni cheese. Chef's kiss. I'm just going to go through some of the rest of the questions that I have. Demi has also asked, have I ever met a celebrity and fangirled? Well, I fangirl basically on the daily. I nearly met Louis Tomlinson. I was at the bar whilst at his concert in Shepherd's Bush. The support act was on. I realised, oh, that's Louis watching the show from just above me. I had seats. It was a small venue. So me and my friend walk past him. We go into the bar. He walks past us minutes later. My friend says, hi. I don't see anything, I'm shocked, but we have it on video. So we nearly met Louis. That's the closest I'll probably ever get to him. I've also met, he's not much of a celebrity, but he's famous enough. Musically, people, you'll know him. Cameron Dallas. He gave me a little kiss on the cheek. I was at MagCon, so I met Blake Gray. I've forgotten some of their names, and no, I did not meet Jacob Sartorius. However, I have heard Jacob Sartorius in concerts. He was the support act for the Vamps back in 2018. Yeah, I've also been to the Vamps, guys. Rose has asked, what is my dream job? To be an actor or to teach acting. I think both of those at the same time would be a kind of dream job of mine. I also thought about being a drama therapist, but I don't know if that's exactly the line that I'm going to go down. But definitely my top number one dream job is to be an actor. As we come up to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you for watching. I know it's a little short video, but it's just a bit of information about me. I forgot to mention pets. So when I planned this video, I did have a cat and a dog. Now I only have a dog. R.I.P. Tybee. This is Tybee wearing a bow tie. He's so cute. And here is a painting that I did of him wearing the bow tie. I don't think it's a perfect match, but I tried. So right now I only have a dog called Breeze, standard poodle, and I have a whole pond full of fish. There were frogs, but they must have hopped away because they're not there anymore. There were some newts. The heron, I don't know if we can consider the heron as a pet because the heron likes to come to the garden and steal the fish sometimes. I have a dog and fish and had a cat until August the 1st. As we get to the end of this video, I just want to say thank you for watching if you made it through the whole thing, because I know I yap a lot, and you should make sure you follow me on my social medias, see if I actually work out how to put them in. Ta-da! But I really hope you enjoyed this video. Not all of my videos are going to be sat down like this. I do want to do some vlog types of videos, some day in the lives, because I go to the gym. That's a fun fact about me. Well, it's a fun thing that I do, not really a fact about moi. I'm going to be posting maybe acting content, maybe some of my self-tapes, some other rituals that I do. Just let me know what kind of videos you want to see and I will do my best to put them out there. I'm going to be trying to post more often than not. Anyways, thank you very much for being here. Make sure you follow the socials and subscribe, leave a little comment and a like if you enjoyed. And I will hopefully see you when I see you next time. Bye bye!